Everybody, welcome back and Happy New Year. And welcome back to my channel in 2024, where we're going to do G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, issue number 1 from Skybound Comics Group, which I believe is an imprint from Image, but I'm not sure how that all works. This is a reprint, by the way, of the, I believe, at least that's what I heard, the very first issue of G.I. Joe. I'm not sure if this is also the original cover or not, but we're going to find out. The reason why I picked this up, because I never, ever read G.I. Joe. I watched the cartoons back in the day, but, but that's about it. And my memory is very hazy when it comes to those time, when it comes to G.I. Joe and all that stuff. I wasn't really into G.I. Joe. But, G.I. Joe is basically back because IDW lost the rights. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna pick this one up. This is 301, basically the first issue of, because it's now on the Image Comics. And I cannot wait to dig in. I heard very good stories about this one. I mean, this one, because IDW made a mess of all these characters and, lost the rights to it. So, yeah. Anyway, so without further ado, let's dive in. I know some of these characters, but mostly not. So this is also my own introduction to G.I. Joe, and we have some words of Larry Hama. So if you want to pause the video, you can do that, right? And yeah, look at this. So we start here in this train, and one of the train conductors, I'm not sure how you say train people that drive trains. I don't like it. Soldiers and Secret Service men crawling all over my train just to protect one special passenger. So, who is she anyway? Don't you read papers? Dr. Adele Burkhardt is the nation's top nuclear physicist, one of the brains behind the Doomsday Project. Yeah, I heard of her. She claims she didn't know it was a Doomsday Project, and now she's supposed to testify in front of some kind of congressional committee. No wonder you people are also nervous. Then, I don't know, Agent Smith from the Matrix comes in, and because, so they're checking all these chambers that, people are on board to, hurt her. So she's giving a statement here, right? And she says, well, I didn't know it was used for a doomsday device. So this is a little bit of Oppenheimer, that guy that made the atom bomb or the nuclear bomb and realized that he messed up, right? The Doomsday Project has a single goal: the development of a retaliatory weapon system capable of annihilating all life on this planet. It is unthinkable that a person of conscience could... Wait, what's that sound? And then, oh no, Cobra is here. And it seems that the reporters have disguised themselves and that, the weapons can turn into cameras. So, or vice versa. I know. So Agent Smith's clones are just shooting them, but there's a lot of civilians in here. And then the Baroness comes in and she says, I got your precious Dr. Burkhardt now. Back off, or I'll turn her face into a fine red mist. Just as she says, it's obvious they only want me. And shut up, you're making my trigger finger itch. Okay, I've got to say something later, but I immediately love the Baroness, right? And then she says, Gregor, hold these pigs off while the good doctor and I powder our noses. And then she's fighting a little bit back, and then she's putting some kind of a canister on her back, and just look at this shot, right? She's this looks so cool. So she's just throwing her with violence out of the window, like she's been crash, and then they're gonna turn into a balloon and then go up. But then there's a Cobra helicopter here, just, How does that work, by the way? I mean, the whole plan would have been in shambles if the helicopter rotor blades just cut into the balloon and it was falling down, right? Anyway, so meanwhile in the Pentagon, and then we see, the military, looking into this whole situation. And then we have actually screens with something on it, unlike modern comics. And they have also this photo here, I believe. Burkhardt is in the hands of the Cobra Command. They have the technology and the will to use it. The threat doesn't make any sense, sir. We almost be better off, national security-wise, if we attempt to rescue, bungle it, and terminate, sir. And these are the heroes. Says, don't believe it, General Flagg. We're on a double bind. We can let Cobra keep her long enough to use her, and we can let her die because the whole world knows that we consider her an embarrassment. Our only possible course of action is a successful rescue, right? And then they are, showing a photo of, commanding that their forces are getting stronger and stronger. So they have no choice to put in the special commandos and calling in G.I.Joes. So, and then they have all these files and dossiers. So the one who's going to lead the mission is none other than Clayton M. Abernathy, codename Hawk. He's the best man we have. Yeah, yes. But how lucky is he? So he's being brought up and he has some questions. And this guy's almost run over. So they're going to the G.I.J. headquarters, right? And they're going down, and all these people have some kind of a function. So they push a button and they go down into the to this compound. And then they are here at the G.I. Joe Combat Training Center, right? Looks fun, man. So Hawk comes in. Is it Hawk? Hawk. Is it? Yes. So he assembles the team, right? And he says, get ready in 5 minutes. Looks like we got another mission breaker, says Scarlet. So they're gonna risk our butts. They are gonna risk our butts to rescue a woman who practically is a traitor. How's that sit with you, Snake Eyes? So he says something. Can I quote you on that? Right. So they're getting briefed, and there's some kind of a hologram of the island that is Cobra Commander on it, right? And so they're gonna analyze the situation. And so the team is asking some questions about the defenses. And so everybody got an assignment. So Scarlet and Snake Eyes are going to knock out the generator, while Stalker Shortfuse are going to take out the airfield, and the other one's doing other stuff. And then they are showing some pictures of the Cobra Commander, and this is the only one they have. And also showing the Baroness. Don't ever turn your back on her, unless she's dead. Even then, I search her for grenades, right? We all know this woman. The media paint a pretty black picture of her, but inflammatory headlines help sell newspapers, right? Hawkman, are you trying to tell me she ain't no traitor? Calm down, Shortfuse. Pun intended. So he says, we each took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. That Constitution guarantees the right of every citizen to disagree with the government. So Snake Eyes suggests maybe we should, carpet bomb the whole place, right? That's going to make the situation a little bit easier. But then Hawk says, well, no, it's also civilians on there, so that's a no-go. And he said, so what is our job? We're soldiers. Our job is to do the unthinkable and be forgotten. What a great line. So then we go to the Cobra headquarters, I guess. Well, maybe one of the headquarters, right? So I trust you are uncomfortable, Dr. Burkhardt. I admit the straps are excruciatingly tight, but they will prevent you from injuring yourself when we begin the information extraction procedure. You are familiar with the rather disagreeable side effects of the scopolamine and other so-called truth serums. You'll never get a chance to use your filthy drugs on me. This whole island is going to be bombed off the map any moment. Really, Dr. Burkhardt? Who would do such a thing? And then we see inside of this Cobra castle, and so she says, well, that's the government. They come in and just blow the shit to Kingdom Come. Doctor, this situation is far more complex than you believe. That which seems mindless is often precisely choreographed. Don't you agree, Baroness? So the Baroness says, I always best to let your opponents think they know what you're up to. So this guy says, Commander, radar has spotted a submarine on the surface 20 miles north of the island. And he says, excellent. Dispatch 2 heavy weapon platoons to cover the North Beach, and on their way they can stop at the fishing village. to carry out the contingency plan. My dear Dr. Burkhardt, you will soon see the distinct advantages of having no scruples whatsoever. I love this pose, right? So basically, we're very condescending, pointing in her face, one, haha, we will prevail and your heroes will go down. I miss that. I really miss that in comics. This is a comic where good guys are good guys and evil guys are just evil guys. And I love it. That's how it's supposed to be. Not all with the sympathetic BS stuff that Marvel is doing lately. It doesn't work, you know? So the troops comes in and we have the Cobra forces here. And then, oh no, somebody comes in from the air and just blows them to hell, which also looks really cool. So they are going to invade the beach, right? And they're going to take a look at the map to go to the next objective. And then Baroness says, your troops turned tail and ran, Commander. The American intruder team escaped without a scratch. We were outgunned, sir. They had some portable air support. We were completely surprised. Not as a surprise as I. I hadn't expected any of you to survive. The G.I.Joe team is less efficient than I thought. So, but Baroness says, hey, maybe we should, just take her out. And we can kill the hostage. And then, so the commander says, no, my good Baroness, that's exactly what they want us to do. The initial landing is a feint to draw my troops away from the forts. And then he shows that his full force is here to surprise the G.I. Joes and, completely obliterate them. Meanwhile, the other ones are going to this, spot where the cables run, and they are using some kind of a, apparatus, torch, and they're going to use some kind of a record tape to loop the clearing, the signal back to the tower, and so that the Cobra radar only see MTC, right? Okay. And then we're going a little bit back and forth to the Pentagon, but also the other ones that here at the plane side. And he says, this is going to be like shooting ducks in a pond run. I don't like it. It's too easy. What do you think, Stalker? It stinks, but no worse than the rest of this lousy mission, right? So they bring in the troops, and so they're using some kind of a, how do you say, grenade launcher? Is that how you say it? Is it a grenade launcher? I'm not sure. Anyway, so, and then they shoot all the planes, and also they are just, shooting automatic with one hand and throwing grenades, which is so cool, right? And then they say, I still think it's way too easy. They didn't even put up a fight. I ain't gonna complain about it. Well, if you look closer, these are not humans, but dummies or robots. And then the Cobras are, basically phone that in. Airstrike bunker reporting everything is according to plan. The intruders destroyed the dummy planes by, mortar attacks. So they are infiltrating again into the bunker, right? And then, so they're grouping up together. So Baroness is just not happy with that. She says, Commander, they already destroyed the airstrip, and yet you still refuse to kill the hostage. If you have a master plan, I demand to be informed of it. Patience, Baroness. But Cobra's credibility is worthless unless we carry out our threat to kill her now. All in good time, Dr. Burkhardt. One must defer pleasures if one wishes to save your breath. So this guy says, Commander, the G.I. Joe heavy assault team has landed. Splendid. So, okay, so the assault team is here and they are, this looks great, man. So this guy, another guy is shooting with one hand and says, yay, G.I. Joe, right? And so Cobra is fleeing. And I know where the desire to when it comes to toys, that everybody wants to have these toys back in the day. Somebody suggested me that, I'm trying to get maybe a G.I. Joe toy, probably a classified, the classified series. I especially love the mole rat. I think that's a cool zombie-looking creature, I guess. So I need to look at that a little bit more and decide which one I want to get. Maybe with a vehicle here and there. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The penetration team has just blown the main generators. Baroness, I believe it's time to fill you in my game plan. Do you plan to kill Dr. Burkhardt now? No, Dr. Burkhardt is due at the airfield. So it's in quotations. So I thought, what do you mean with that? Have a staff car and escort standby to transport her. So and that's exactly what's going to happen, right? So the Joes comes in the village, and it seems that the Cobras just why do I anyway? Yeah, so Cobra is wiped out the village, and this guy wants to bury these people. So, but the other one says, no, Breaker, we're not burying anyone, no matter how innocent they were. We got an ambush to set. So, and then we go back to, I don't know, when, well, back in my day, I played a lot of, why am I blanking? Command and Conquer. And this reminds me of that from the top down, when you have troops and then you're going to set in to wipe out the enemy. This is exactly what's happening here. I love this shot, from the top side. Again, we don't see that in comics anymore. So, yeah, basically, the G.I. Joes are overwhelming the Cobras. So this guy comes in, swoops Dr. Burkhardt, and says, hey, you're safe now. But oh no, it's the Baroness. And she says, what you didn't figure out, pig, was the fact that you were doomed from the beginning. Everything is running according to plan, Dr. Burkhardt. I knew that I wouldn't have time to extract the doomsday plan from you unless I have neutralized the one force that had any chance of effecting a rescue. So I used you to lure the G.I. Joe team into a trap. And I shall now don my special combat helmet. I love it. So yeah, more action, and it looks great, right? And so, and then Scarlet and Snake Eyes comes in. Dr. Burkhardt, but we just saw her drive out the rear field gate to the airfield. To the rear gate to the airfield. Appearance can be deceiving, my lady. Perhaps, please drop your weapons. Nor shall I be forced, or I shall be forced to terminate the life functions of the good doctor here. So Scarlet says, well, we got the G.I. Joe team behind us, so you can do anything. But then the door slams down, and it's 12 inches of case-hardened steel, right? And then I thought, hey, wait a minute. I always thought that this guy and this guy were two separate beings, right? That there are two head honchos, and one of them is the big honcho, but they are one and the same. I didn't know that at all. So he changed his clothes and his helmet, and he says, hey, we shall aboard the aircraft, and the activator will unlock the steel door in 5 minutes. But the doctor says, no, it's a trap. That's no door timer. So she and Cobra Commander wants to shoot, and then she's been hit, right? And I don't know, Scarlet has some shurikens, and so the Joes comes in, right? And they make jokes like, man, I don't care what Grand Slam says. I ain't hauling that laser cannon back down those stairs after this. So so the woman's been rescued, and Cobra Commander's gone. And so she thanks all of them. And also the Baroness is gone too, because, I don't know, she just escaped. And there's blood and so they think there is some kind of a tunnel below this panel, right? How she escaped? Don't know. So they are, getting into the helicopter because things are going south, and yeah, this whole castle is now blown to hell, right? And she says, "I'd like to thank you all again," and so, and then also we see that Cobra Commander and Baroness are just escaping and for the setback, and that's basically the end of the book. I mean, well, it's not really, because we have way more content, right? But this is the main story that I wanted to tell. And I'm gonna take a look at this one pretty soon. I'm gonna buy all of them. I don't know. I'm just really getting into G.I. Joe now. Maybe I'm gonna try to get the trade paperbacks, with the originals, and then we'll see how it goes from there. We have some sites. Well, we have also this, The Pit. We have some side stories. Hot potato in the desert, right? I still need to read this. And then we have another one called Duke. So this one is out. I'm not sure is it good. So, but you know, the art looks good. Maybe I should take a, wow. Maybe I should take a look at this and see what is going on, right? So this is a preview. Hawk is back. Transformers, going to take a look at issue number 2 pretty soon as well. And I didn't know there was also a Cobra Commander book coming out. So yeah, and basically toy commercials. I think, well, not really a commercial, but you know what I mean. This is great. All this small stuff like this tank, right? Isn't this fun? Man, this is appealing to kids back in the day when you were younger. You said, oh man, I want to have this vehicle as a toy on Christmas or on my birthday, right? This is I really like this book. You know, I can see why this is so popular. So yeah, more stuff coming soon. I hope this is good too. We're gonna see you guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. It would be nice if I can hit that pretty soon. So again, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.